Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Redstone Basics. If you haven't seen the last episode of Redstone Basics, then there's a link to that down in the description. Now, onto the video. Also, just so you know, I'm going to be showcasing and demonstrating the builds first, and also this episode's about simple circuits, just if you didn't read the title. First is the T flip-flop. This allows you to take a 1-tick pulse and turn it into a constant redstone source. So let's say we put a piece of redstone dust here, and we have this T flip-flop here, and if you press this button, you can see the 1-tick pulse quickly travels through that repeater, sends a 1-tick pulse to this piston, and then it allows it to spit out its block, and this redstone block will power this redstone dust. And if you're sitting there wondering how that worked, look very closely at that repeater. Now I'm going to press that button, keep looking at the repeater, and you should see a very quick pulse of redstone going through it. Did you see it? I did. See it again? And this redstone dust is powering this block, but very briefly because this piston is being powered by that redstone dust and launching that block upwards, allowing a 1-tick pulse to go through that and cause that effect. Next, right here you can see some displays of vertical transmission. The first one's a redstone torch tower, this one's a slab staircase. As you can see, in the torch tower, these are just redstone torches powering blocks and then unpowering the redstone torches. But if we come down here and press this button, you can see that that redstone lamp turns on. Next, onto the slab staircase. If you press this button down here on the solid block, it will travel, the redstone signal will travel all the way up and hit that redstone lamp and power it. But if you power the redstone from the top, it cannot travel down transparent blocks, so this will not work if you try to do it downwards. Same goes for glass as well. These two also seem to come in a package. First, we have the different types of RS NOR latches. Here's the first type. These are just two droppers facing into each other with a comparator and two buttons. So as you can see, there's a piece of wool in the top dropper, but because it's in the top dropper, it's not powering this comparator. But if we press this button here, which powers this dropper, you can see that the item gets dispensed into this dropper and then powers the comparator, allowing you to take a constant output. Then, here is the bottom dropper with the item in it, so it's powering this comparator. But if we press this block here, then that dropper will send that block right back up and the comparator will unpower. Perfect. Next, onto the simpler looking version of the RS NOR latch. You've got two redstone torches, two pieces of redstone dust on each side, two buttons and two blocks. As you can see, if we press this torch turns off and this torch powers, and if we continue to press this button, that torch doesn't do anything and this button doesn't do anything. But if we press this, you can see that these two pieces of redstone dust depower and repowers this redstone torch, and oh my god, I've just broken that. Let's put it back there. Yep, there we go. Next, the red coder. I'm excited for this one. I really like these things. This is probably the most advanced looking, but it's really simple. As you can see, we just got an item frame, which is representing, I don't know, a lectern or a chest, whatever you want to use to power your red coder. As you can see, we've just got a line of target blocks, some wool, redstone dust going along the top, a few rows of redstone torches, and then these repeaters on top of the target blocks. And as you can see, if we power this using the stick in the item frame, which the comparator is taking an output from, you can see that allows it to take individual outputs from different signals of redstone. And that makes it sound a lot more complicated than it actually is, trust me. So if we flip the stick, you can see that that one turns on, flip it again, the second one turns on, and so on and so on. And now we're on the last one, and if we flick it back, it turns off. Now, onto the last showcase, we have got the comparator pulse extender. So there's two comparators facing opposite ways, and 3 bits of redstone dust, a block, and a button. And if you press this button, you can see that that block powers that redstone dust, which sends a signal through this comparator, and then powers these two pieces of redstone dust, which then sends a signal through this comparator, which then resends a signal, and it doesn't actually create a redstone clock. It actually creates a pulse extender, which basically does what it says on the packet. And if you want it to be longer, you just take these two items and you extend them out more. So now this is a full comparator pulse extender. And if we press that, it'll stay constant for a longer amount of time. Let's see how far we can go. Okay, not necessarily how far we can go, because it can basically range forever. But if we do it like this, it stays for even longer. And I think you get the idea. Okay, let's start with the T flip-flop. So first you place 3 wool like this, and place 1 wool on top like that, place a piston facing upwards like that, place redstone dust here, a button here, repeater here, then just put a placeholder there, sticky piston on top, and then have your redstone block like that. To prove that this works, I'm going to place redstone dust there, then press that button. As you can see, the sticky piston spits out its block and allows that redstone signal to be constant. Next, onto vertical transmission. Okay, starting with the torch tower, place 1 block like that, another block on top of that torch, then continue that until you reach your desired height and your desired signal, because these can go up endlessly and they will never take any longer than if they're short. And to prove that this works, I'm going to place a redstone lamp on top, and if I press this button down here, you can see that that lamp turns on, with not much delay either, so it's a very fast, quick and neat system. Next, onto the slabs. To start off with these, you just want to place a solid block here, travel up 2 like this, break that, travel up 2 like this, break that, travel up 2 like this, break that, travel up 2 like that, and break this, so on and so on until you really reach your desired height. And once you reach your desired height, place redstone dust on each of the slabs like this until you reach the top. And then to prove that this works, I'm placing a redstone lamp there, coming down here and placing a button. As you can see, that turns on. Next, what do we have next? The RS null latches, my favorite. Okay, starting with the first example of the RS null latch, you come here, dig down a little bit, place 3 droppers up like that as placeholders, come down here and place them facing into each other. Then have 2 blocks up like this, place buttons on each of them, and then have a comparator running out like this. Next, place 1 block inside any of the droppers. As you can see, if we press this button, the comparator turns on because this shoots that pink wool block into this dropper. And if we press this button, you can see it sends it back up and turns off the comparator. Nice. On to the next one, and just looking at these, look how simple they are. You know what else is simple? Subscribing to my YouTube channel. It's free, and also, just why not? But seriously, these things are simple, and whenever I say RS null latch to someone, they're just like, what are you talking about? But in reality, if you place it like this, run redstone dust like this, place a redstone torch on the side of the blocks, place a button on each of them, that's it, done. You have no excuse not to build these in your redstone contraptions. First, you need to press that button to deactivate that redstone torch. This one will activate. Press that button, it will do a sort of looping effect, but it doesn't count as a redstone clock because it's not automatic. But if you press this button and continue to press this button, it's not going to do anything. You have to press the other button. Next, onto the most complicated redstone build, and it's not even that complicated. That's showing how easy these things are. But this is not that hard at all. You just need target blocks, repeaters, redstone torches, wool, and any item that can trigger a comparator. Oh yeah, and a comparator. Make sure you get those, and I'll show you how to build it. Okay, start by placing a block here with an item frame and a stick or whatever item you have lying around inside it. Then grab your comparator, have it running into a block, then place as many target blocks as you wish. I would recommend this amount because it works better with the comparator, otherwise you have to add comparator boost extenders, which is a little bit hard. But then next, place redstone torches along like this, place a block up like this, and then place a block up like that. Then run redstone dust along like this, and you should see that the redstone dust redirects into the target blocks, allowing this system to work. To continue, place your repeaters along the top of the target blocks like this, place redstone dust like that, and redstone dust up like that. Then run blocks along like this, and place your redstone dust along like that. Then have your blocks coming over like this, and have redstone torches on top of each of those blocks. Now, as you can see, if I turn this stick, these redstone torches should light up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's worked flawlessly. What do you know? And finally, onto the last, the comparator pulse extender. This one's really easy. Again, no excuse not to build these. Okay, this one's really simple to get started. Place a block there, a button on top like this, and have comparators running in and out like this, however many you like, depending on the length of your signal that you want. This one's just a 4 comparator pulse extender. As you can see, if I press this button, the pulse extends dramatically and sort of gives you this fading effect. And basically, that was it. I really do hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, don't forget to subscribe, like, and I'll see you later.